I'm Ashley Vowles. I'm a lecturer in the Department of Health and Clinical Sciences. So in my classes, I've been using iPads to help facilitate collaboration outside of the classroom for a while now. One of the ways I do that is through using whiteboard software where students are able to complete a group project. And so I hope that this workshop is able to cover some of that information on a program called Lucid, which integrates really well with Canvas. So I'm hoping that everyone who attends the workshop will learn how to facilitate collaboration through that program. So I think Lucid is a good tool for a lot of reasons. I use it in the classroom as an alternative to Jamboard. It's a great tool for group discussion, whether I'm having group discussion as a full class or if I'm having group discussion in small groups. The tools that Lucid provides really help to get students engaged in those group discussion activities. I also think that it's really great that it integrates so well with Canvas, so students are able to just click onto their Canvas shell and find the Lucid page from there, and there's no extra setup steps required. I've used Lucid in the classroom to facilitate group discussions. For example, the other day in my class, we did a case study activity, and students just took Lucid and added their color-coded sticky notes to each case study while they were working on that activity, and I was able to put that up on the board in real time, so even though we were working in small groups, students were able to see what the whole class was doing. I've used Procreate to facilitate creative expression in my classrooms. I ask students to attend a design thinking workshop in class, and we go through a prototyping activity where I ask them to create a mock-up of a solution to a healthcare problem. They use Procreate to draw and prototype many different solutions. One of my favorites I've seen was a mock-up of a solar-powered medication box that had all the bells and whistles that you might think of for kind of solving a patient experience problem of medication adherence. So that was really creative, and I'm happy to share that with you. I think that creativity is one of the best ways to learn. I think that students really just kind of grab onto those tools like Canva and Procreate and run with them. I don't want to stifle anyone's creativity in my class because I think when students are being innovative and creative, they're learning more. They're really applying the concepts that we're taking in class and pushing those to the next level. And it's really great to see that students who even at the beginning of the semester say to me, "Oh, I'm not the most creative person. I worry about how well I'm going to do on this group project," really feel that they're able to be more creative through these tools like Canva and Procreate. So the iPad has really transformed how I think about experiential learning, how I think about group projects, how I think about asynchronous learning. I think of the iPad as just this really great tool to facilitate collaboration mostly. I know that all of my students have access to it, and that makes it a really equitable experience for them. I really like the idea that students bring their iPads to class with them, but mostly that when they leave class, they still have access to that tool is really important to me. I really like in integrating group projects, and I think a lot of learning happens through collaboration. So being able to give my students those tools to collaborate with each other outside of class has really transformed the way we approach experiential learning in my classes, as well as kind of asynchronous learning when I'm teaching online as well. So I think that while students learn a lot through lecture, that they do a lot more learning outside of the classroom, especially in the courses that I'm teaching. I think that the ability to continue to collaborate with classmates is one of the biggest pros to using the iPads in these courses, where students are having to engage in experiential learning. I would tell educators to just take a chance, kind of dive in head first. The best way to learn is to learn through doing. I was really nervous to integrate technology into my classroom as well, but I find that it's just brought another way to connect with students into class. And I really enjoy forming those connections with students. I even have students who are happy to help me troubleshoot things on my iPad. So I think the best way to learn is to learn by doing. Just kind of jump in head first and be creative when you're coming up with ideas for how to integrate technology into your classroom. So I hope that participants take away some practical skills for how to integrate technology into their classrooms, especially when we're thinking about maybe times when students aren't necessarily in class all the time or aren't in class at all in the case of asynchronous courses. I hope they take away some skills like using Lucid in their classroom or using Canva and Procreate for creative expression. And I really hope that they learn a new tool that they can integrate into their class in one way or another. So the workshop is about how to use the iPad as a companion to experiential learning and asynchronous learning as well. And so an overview of the workshop would just be that you can expect to learn how to facilitate collaboration in asynchronous learning environments and also to help facilitate creative expression among students during group projects and those sorts of things.